Welcome to Lively Lewis Stories.
Buckle up, because you're about to join Levi and Ivy on an adventure.
All you need is your imagination, and off we
go! Lively Lewis Stories!
Levi and Ivy were bored one day and couldn't figure out what to do. Maybe we can put together a puzzle, suggested Levi. No, we did yesterday, replied Ivy. How about we do some drawing? No, I left my favorite crayons at school, and they're the only ones I like to draw with, Levi said. I wish we were big so we could do something really cool, like go to an amusement park right now. Oh yeah, or jet skiing or hiking, Ivy added. But Mom and Dad are busy, and we can't do those things without them. It's no fun being a little kid sometimes, said Levi. Now every once in a while, when Levi and Ivy wanted something different and fun to do, they would head up to their attic. It was a great big space at the top of their house that was filled with all kinds of cool things. They always managed to have a fun time up there. But this day, something truly unusual was about to happen. Ivy and Levi ran up the stairs, yelling to their mom that they would be in the attic if they needed them. Okay, kids, but please don't touch the stack of old books that your dad got at the yard sale last week, said their mom. We haven't gone through them yet, and they're pretty fragile. We don't want any of the pages to rip. Okay, Mom, Levi and Ivy called back, but now all they could think about was getting a look at those books. Once up in the attic, they saw so many things that they had forgotten they had. There were trucks of old clothes, holiday decorations, and old toys that they were going to donate. And as they ran around exploring, Levi made an interesting discovery. Hey, I found the old book that Mom was talking about, said Levi, grabbing the one on top. They look like they're 100 years old. Ivy ran over and took a close look at the books. She hadn't seen anything like them before, but she was most interested in the one that Levi was holding. I like this book the best, Ivy said, taking it out of Levi's hands. It says on the cover that it's a spell book. A spell book? Levi exclaimed. I wonder what kind of spells are in here. Levi and Ivy didn't waste any time opening the book to find out. As they went through it, they saw spells that could help you cook, help you to keep your house clean, and even allow you to talk to animals. These spells are really cool, said Levi. Do you think it would be okay if we tried just one? You know, just to see if the book really works? I don't think that would be a problem, smiled Ivy. Mom said not to ruin the books. She didn't say not to do little spells from one of them. Levi and Ivy then started flipping through the pages looking for the perfect spell. There were spells that make flowers grow super fast. There were spells that make vegetables taste like chocolate. And there were even spells that made their hair grow super long in no time at all. But they just didn't seem very exciting to Levi and Ivy. That is until they turned to the last page. Here it is, shouted Levi. I love it, replied Ivy, plopping the book on a nearby table so they could open it and read the spell together. Levi looked at Ivy. Ivy looked at Levi. They were ready to begin. They looked at the spell titled, Make me big for a day, and began to read the lines together. Little yes, that's me, but big is what I want to be. This spell is here to answer my call. Make me big, please make me tall. Now Levi and Ivy were excited about the possibility of a spell that could make them big, which they thought meant older for a day, so they could do fun things, like buying anything they wanted at the toy store or getting a giant sundae at the ice cream shop. However, they realized too late when they read the last line of the spell together that this spell didn't make you bigger in age, it made you bigger in height. And before they knew it, the spell book began to hop and jump on a little table. Then there was a puff of smoke and a blast of light before everything stopped completely. Is that it? Levi said. Maybe we didn't activate the spell. That would be great, replied Ivy. We didn't want to be taller anyway. We wanted to be older. Levi and Ivy were pretty happy that nothing happened and left the book on the little table in the attic before heading downstairs to go play outside. As they played in the backyard, Levi threw a frisbee to Ivy that accidentally got stuck in the branches of the tallest tree in the backyard. "Well, I guess our game is over now," said Levi. "Sorry." "That's okay," said Ivy. "I'm kind of feeling a little strange right now anyway. I think I need to sit down." "I was starting to feel a little strange too," replied Levi. And that's when it happened. It seemed like the spells in that old spell book take a few minutes to start working, but when they do, watch out. Levi and Ivy stood next to each other, not really knowing what was about to happen. Then suddenly, they both grew 5 feet, then another 5 feet, then another 10 feet before stopping almost level with the tallest tree in the backyard. "Oh no, the spell actually worked," groaned Levi. "Now we're big." "Not just big, really, really big," added Ivy. "What are we going to do now? Mom will not be happy we touched those old books, and she certainly won't be happy that we're 20 feet taller than when she last saw us." "Okay, let's think of how we can hide from her until this spell wears off?" asked Levi. "I would put on my thinking cap, but I don't have one that would fit my enormous head right now." "Maybe we could hide behind the shed?" suggested Ivy. But when they ducked behind it, their long legs stuck out. "Maybe under the picnic table?" asked Levi. But when he tried to get underneath, the table just ended up looking like a wooden turtle shell on his back. "We're now the biggest things in the backyard," said Ivy, looking upset. "We can't hide anywhere, and we'd never be able to get back into the house at this size." Levi was trying not to panic, but wanted to see if there was anything good that could come out of this situation. As he was thinking, he looked over and saw his frisbee in the branches of the tall tree. "At least I can get our frisbee back," Levi said, reaching over and grabbing it. Then Ivy looked over and saw their football on the roof of their house. "I can get our football," said Ivy. "It's been up here so long, I almost forgot we even had one." Then a light bulb went off for Levi. "I've got it! Why don't we use our incredible height to get back our toys that we got stuck in all these high places? We can even help our friends around the neighborhood." Ivy loved the idea, and they set off immediately, grabbing frisbees, baseballs, kites, and foam planes off their house roof and their friends' house roofs. "Ivy and Levi, I don't know why you're so tall, but I'm pretty happy you are," said their friends down the street. "I haven't been able to play badminton for weeks because my birdie was stuck on my shed roof." "It's a long story, and we'll tell you another time," said Levi. "But right now, we have to get home." Once they were in their backyard, Levi and Ivy started to feel a little strange. "Do you think we'll get any bigger?" Ivy asked Levi. "I'm really not sure," replied Levi. "But whatever happens, we're in this together." Levi and Ivy stood in the backyard and waited to see what would happen next, and thankfully for them, it was just what they really wanted. "We're small!" shouted Levi and Ivy as they returned to their normal height, and just in time too. Right then, their mom walked outside holding the spell book. "Hey kiddos, you left the light on in the attic. When I went to turn it off, I noticed that some of those old books were moved around," said Levi and Ivy's mom holding the spell book. "And this one was open to the Make Me Big for a Day page." Levi and Ivy were just about to explain until their mom interrupted them. "I wouldn't want you two to get bigger any faster than you have to," said their mom. "You'll have plenty of time to be big when you're my age. Be happy being little now. It's a wonderful and magical time of your life. How about we go grab some ice cream sundaes?" Levi and Ivy loved her idea, and they knew that wishing to be big was not something that they'd be wishing for again anytime soon.
Did you learn a lesson from this story?
If so, what was it?
And parents, do your kids have a story idea?
Leave a comment on our Apple Podcast review page with 5 stars, the idea, and your kid's name for a chance to join Levi and Ivy on their next adventure. Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Come back for more.